This one might be a tough one to swallow. Oh, they should a lot. I think the overall, it was like about victimhood, right? Like so many people, like I've been hearing a lot lately about like using the word abuse, emotional abuse, mental abuse, physical abuse, all these different terms. And they get tossed around so much. I'm not saying they don't occur. I'm not saying any of that. I'm saying it always comes back to us. And it always comes back to how much are we loving and honoring ourselves and how much are we being honest with ourselves. So we always have a choice. And some of us, yes, have made so many wrong missteps that you kept going down paths that you're now in a situation that is sticky and tricky, right? So when you hear something like this, where it's like nobody's a victim, you could be like, you have no idea. And I get that. I get that people have walked themselves down into such a state that now it is like damn near impossible. And so it is going within and taking ownership for all of that. It is forgiving yourself for all of that. It is untangling all of that. And all of that's going to take time. But then they were showing not only that, which I think if you've been listening, you can see that now. You understand that. There's no such thing. Like, don't give away your power like that, even by doing that. So even the people are like, he emotionally abused me. Well, so then you're still giving him that power. Do you see what I'm saying? It's like you have to take back like your ownership, your peace, your, and love yourself so much that you don't put yourself in those situations time and again. And so I'm not saying it's easy, and I'm not saying there isn't other, it's just we only have to worry about ourselves and loving ourselves so that we don't put ourselves continually in those positions. And so, and again, sometimes they show it in ways so that I can understand and verbalize it. So I'm like, take what you will and toss the rest, like, please. But they were showing this is something along the lines of what they were trying to show me with it's like karmic debt. It's like when you're not loving yourself, you're building up karma. And so it's like your only job is to love yourself, but you have to figure out what that means. You have to love yourself so much. You have to get back to yourself. You have to know yourself. You have to do that internal work. And depending on how far from yourself you've gotten in each lifetime can determine how far your soul is from your highest potential. And so they were showing that where it's like people will come back. But it was interesting how they were showing it. It was like, it was kind of all over the place. It was like some people were coming back in dire straits, but then they would rise right up the ranks. But it was like because they had learned their lessons in previous soul cycles. And so they were supposed to be the example, I guess, of like the underdog, but to show it can be done because they have done it lifetime after lifetime, that they've mastered it. And so they're able to be that example. And so it's to encourage others. And then it's showing others come back in the dire straits because they can't learn their soul lessons. They don't know how to love themselves. So it's like each round gets harder. It's like they get more pressure placed upon them. It just seems so cruel, doesn't it? And yet we're doing it to ourselves until we stop and go within and figure it out and do that cleanup work. It's like we so want to humanize. I think I did another one of this recently. Like we really want to humanize the universe. We want to put human emotions and labels and words to comprehend the laws of the universe or the universe itself or unconditional love, God, source, Allah, like God, source, Allah, all those, or well, God and Allah, they're probably the most personalized. So then you conjure up a human image, right? And then it's it can be confusing. And then you can almost think that then a human, the best version human, is then punishing you, when that's not what's happening at all. So it's like when we can get out of that loop, then you can take back control, right? And recognize unconditional love is the highest vibration. And so when you can reach that, that's what you're getting back all the time. So then you think that's the best human ever, right? But it's like, it's not human, it's energy. And yet we're all energy. So it's really, we can get ourselves like stuck in traps of the mind when it is like try so hard to quantify or understand, when it's like it's unnecessary. It's like the focus needs to be on loving yourself and understanding what that means, and discovering yourself and unraveling your intentions, right? Why you did what you did is a good way to help some people when they can't figure it out. It's like, well, why did you do that? What were your intentions? What were you looking to get, right? Because it wasn't pure yet. Until you can get to that, it's like you're constantly just fighting yourself and stuck in those loops. Yeah. I don't know how to say. It's like they just kept showing, it's like any which way I turned, people were still blaming outside themselves. And it's like, I thought people had gotten past that. Like I thought and it's like, no, that stuff is just slinging mud all over the place still. It's like so deeply embedded in society where they want, I guess it runs society, it feeds society, it allows society to continue to run as it does with this, because it allows people then to sue and to fight, and it keeps the slinging of mud going, which also goes to Ring Around the Rosie. It keeps people in business, and it keeps like that kind of rhetoric keeps people in business. It keeps industries operating. If there isn't the tug of war, there isn't the fight, there isn't the right and the wrong, the victimhood. If that is taken away, well then shit, everything collapses, right? If everybody learned to love themselves, then everything would collapse. It's almost like they need people to still play the victim. They need people still to play the hero. They need people to still fight and claim this is right and this is wrong. And they need that agitation to continue. Yeah. And people are happy to play it. Right? Like people feel good having a label to justify what happened to them instead of taking ownership for what they chose. And so it's like, I always want to empower people, but it's like, well, there's people who don't want to be empowered, right? They don't like what you're suggesting, right? Like they don't want to take the reins. They don't want to take the lead. They don't want to take ownership. They like being led on a string and accepting the less than. It feels better for them. It's easier for them. But that's a lie too. But that's the lie they're comfortable with. That's the bubble they're comfortable with. Yeah. Yeah. And I guess maybe it's back to they're showing me me saying what I believe is right, right? So I'm still playing party to it, saying there's a right and wrong. It's like the desire that I want everybody to take their own leash, but take the fucking leash off. But that's me saying that that's what's right. Do you know what I mean? Like, well, that's because that's what's right for me. That doesn't mean it's what's right for everybody. And I guess it's also back to the same lesson of like, allowing. Yeah, that's what it is. It's just allow everybody to be. Like, in other words, like normally I would want to interject and be like, what are you fucking talking about? Right? And want to, quote, help them. I say quote because it's not necessarily helping them. If they didn't ask for it, I'm like smashing their bubble of victimhood that they like living in. Right? And so it's like, don't do that. They're not ready to come out of that. They want to stay there. They're comfortable living there. It's the idea of just walk away. Like you don't want to engage with those who they want that. Well, have at it. No, thank you. I'm not interested. Yeah. I just feel like there's so much we could talk about here, and I feel it bleeding into me being more opinionated. So I'm going to jump off. Thanks so much for tuning in and listening. You can now purchase an audio journey with me using the link below.